To start the foundation half double crochet, I first make a slip stitch and insert my hook. Then chain 2. And I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook in the first chain I made. Yarn over and pull up a loop. So I now have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through just one of those loops, and that forms the chain that's going to sit at the bottom of my work. So that first yarn over, pull through one loop is the chain. Then to complete the half double crochet, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops just like I normally do. So that's the first one. The second one and every other foundation half double crochet in the row goes like this. So we yarn over, and I'm going to insert my hook under that chain at the bottom of the previous stitch under both loops. So I go here, and you'll notice when I have it in there, it will be under both loops, as you can see. So then I yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through one loop to make the chain for this stitch, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Let me do that one more time. So to start the half double crochet, foundation half double crochet, I yarn over and I insert my hook under both loops of the chain, as you can see from the stitch before. Yarn over, pull up a loop, so I have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through just one of those loops. That makes the chain. And I still have 3 loops on the hook, which is what I would have if I were making a regular half double crochet. So to complete the stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And there I have my foundation half double crochet. So I'm going to finish this row and show you what it looks like when I'm finished. So the number of foundation half double crochets you need to work is equal to the number of foundation chains. Actually, it's equal to the number of stitches that you have in the first row, whatever the pattern calls for. So this is what the top looks like, which is the normal loops at the top of the stitches. And then if I flip it over, remember that yarn over and pull through one loop that we did at the beginning of each stitch, it creates this beautiful braided look along the bottom edge. Instead of that one loop that you get when you work into a foundation chain, you get these beautiful chain-like stitches at the bottom. So this is a great, foundation stitches are great for working like the bottom edge of a blanket when you're going to be adding a border, because you have a nice even edge to put it through. All right, so at the end of that row, we would simply look at row 2, and whatever that calls for, we're going to continue. So that is the foundation half double crochet. So let's work a single crochet in the 3rd loop. Any stitch worked in the 3rd loop is made exactly the same way it normally is. The location is what changes, and in this case we're going to be working single crochets in the 3rd loop. So to work it in rows, chain 1 and turn. All right, so the 3rd loop is right here underneath the top loop. You'll see the first stitch I'm going to work in the row sits right here. So I'm simply going to insert my hook through that loop, yarn over, pull through, pull up a loop, and I have the 2 loops on my hook just like I would in a normal single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2. The next stitch is simply worked in the 3rd loop of that next stitch, so we insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And that's how simple that is. So I'm going to work single crochet in the 3rd loop all the way across the row, and then we're going to talk about what it looks like on the front. So I've worked in the 3rd loop all the way across, and I wanted to show you the last stitch because sometimes that can be difficult to see. You'll notice that the stitch is kind of sitting sideways. This happens to be a half double crochet here, and the 3rd loop can be difficult to find. So the 3rd loop here is going to be this loop right here. You'll see this is the top loop. This is the loop I want to work into. Sometimes it can be a little bit hidden, so just make sure you get it underneath the right loop, and sometimes it's a little bit tight, so you have to just kind of help it through. But once you get your hook through, you're in the 3rd loop, you finish that single crochet exactly like you did before. Okay, so I've worked all the way across my row, and this is what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like. You'll see that I have that surface loop that's been pulled forward because I've worked the single crochet in that loop behind the top loop, and it's pulled that top loop forward so it creates this surface. Now, this single crochet in the 3rd loop is worked exactly the same way as every other stitch that's worked in the third loop. The only difference is the height of the stitch that shows above this row of surface loops. So a single crochet is the shortest one I can do. I could do a slip stitch, but it wouldn't make much difference. Single crochet, you'll notice that it actually creates equal distance below and above that row. But the taller my stitch is that I work into that 3rd loop, half double crochet, double crochet, whatever it is, the more I have of the stitch above that row of surface stitches. So I chose single crochet 3rd loop in this case because I wanted it to match what was below. So that's how to work the single crochet in the 3rd loop.